Good afternoon, brothers and sisters of Valley Bible Church. Hi, it's Pete Knight, your men's ministry leader, and I have the unique privilege of doing our daily devotional today. Our passage today is Philippians chapter 3, verses 2 through 11. And like in the previous passages, we want to know, what does it say about God? What does it say about us? And how do we apply it? One of the things this says about God in chapter 3, verse 2, is that He's concerned about our spiritual condition. There we have Paul saying, beware of the dogs, beware of the evil workers, beware of the concision. Dogs in the ancient East were frowned upon, loose dogs that is, for they just scrounged around and like a scavenger. And Paul is not talking about literal dogs, but he's talking about those spiritual dogs. The spiritual predators who, while he's in prison, would come and try to take away followers for themselves in a time like this. And so Paul is saying, be aware of such. Be aware of those evil workers. And also be aware of those who, of the concision. That was those who were saying, you know what? You have to be circumcised. Paul called it what it is. He called it a brutal just mutilation. And he goes on to tell them, we are the true circumcision, meaning our hearts have been circumcised and we've been set apart for God's use. So that's one thing it says about God, is that he's concerned about our spiritual condition. But what does it say about us? Well, if you look right there in verse 3, it tells us to put no confidence in the flesh. So what does that mean to us? That we are to be more concerned about not outward appearances, but how is our inner man growing? How are we being fed spiritually? Not looking to externals to say, oh, I look great. Oh, but how is your heart? And so that's what Paul is talking about. That's the truth. Has your heart been circumcised? Not the externals. Everybody can go to church. We can offer. Yeah, but has your heart been changed? And that's what Paul is getting at. We want to worry about the spiritual man, not so much the outer man. Not that that's not important, but we want to know about the outer man. And so finally, how do we apply it? Well, you and I are in quarantine. Well, guess what? We still need to be concerned about our spiritual condition. Let us not get caught up in what's going on around us, but make sure we are feeding our souls the word of God, because we know that this too will pass, for that's the kind of God we serve. And that's how you fish in a passage. Now we know what it says about God, what about us, and how to apply it. Have a good afternoon.